Hello guys, welcome to Inner Guru Conversations, and today I have a very special friend. Her name is Sumaiya Azeez. She is a founder of Stretch and Dance Fitness. She is also a life transformation coach and a fitness and a wellness coach. I'm so honored to have you in my show.
Come on, it's not an honor. Exactly, it's my pleasure to be here.
It's nice, like the way we have transformed our lives. We know each other since almost 8 to 9 years now, and the transformation what we had in our lives personally and also people around us has been amazing. And I feel that we both have been blessed with that intention and ability to transform people's life. So quickly, I want to get into questions. So,
please.
When we had certain conversations, as a kid, you told me since you have come from a very orthodox family, you had that passion for music and dancing, and But since you are from a very orthodox family, it was very difficult for you to come out openly, and so you told me certain stories where you had to lie in your family when you had to go for a dance practice in your school and colleges. So, how tough was it for you to break through all these beliefs which as a kid I'm sure many women also in this country are facing? You can't do this, you can't do that, you're not supposed to go out and dance. So how was it for you in your life?
For a while I thought family was orthodox, but then I happened to realize that they are not really orthodox, but they are conservative.
Right.
Okay, so that was a breakthrough which I had while I was, going through a series of coaching and various other formats where I was having an inner dialogue. And I agree with you that especially, I don't know whether it is only in our country, but then I've always noticed that fashion and preferences when it comes to art is always having a backseat. Because we are not promised a good future, we are not promised, security. When the minute you say that you're an artist, the first question a person asks you is, do you have a stable income? So as a child, yes, because of my background and my upbringing, I faced not just one, but every day was like a challenge for me to make people realize that I have a flair and passion for dancing. What really made me go out of my way to do it was I realized that I have a very strong connection with my passion. I noticed that I'm happier, I'm better off as a person. I noticed that it brings the best out of me. I noticed that I am confident. I'm a very happy person when I'm on stage. And I always realized this about me as a child. I still remember my first performance, when I was 3 years old. I realized that every time I'm put on stage, I'm a different person. And I loved the attention that I got. And at a very young age, I realized that, I had the power of entertaining and performing.
That's good. That's very few people take that courage to actually, because it's easy to get a job and get a steady income than taking that courage to tell your family this is what you want and this is what. And one of the stories which was very inspiring, because in between you had some spinal or a back problem, and you had a miraculous shift in yourself,
yes,
where you healed yourself through some therapy. So what was it all about?
So I was dancing for a renowned dance company, and in the course I realized that I had a couple of falls as well, which was I had a fantastic fall in one of the musicals, and I realized that my back was holding a lot of pressure, and lucky I'm really blessed that I didn't break bones, but then it led to various muscle spasm in my lower back, and that started affecting my glutes and my lower body. So it was a good thing that I decided, but like the way you said, in an age like 20, 21, nobody really goes for a therapy.
Yeah.
I really don't know what got into me. I always had this, I was inclined towards anything and everything that was spiritual. Maybe I got it from my family, especially my grandmom. So I always believed that if not medical science, there could be another way of healing, because at that age I was undergoing a lot of physiotherapy. I'm not blaming the medical science here. With all, it really helped me, but it was not helping me enough. I realized that it was just a temporary satisfaction and temporary relief that I was going through, because again I'm waking up with the same ache, again I'm facing the same trauma. So I wanted to come out of it. And then once, it's just a miraculous thing that I got introduced to a spiritual teacher, and she told me that I'm carrying a lot of emotional baggage. So she asked me the kind of family I come from, and that is when I realized that as a child, your upbringing, your surrounding plays a major role on your future affairs. So then she asked me to forgive my family first, and I was like thinking in my head, am I doing wrong? Am I putting my family in a bad limelight why should you forgive people when they're doing wrong? But then I realized that you also forgive those you love, because some way or the other they have crossed paths not in your best interest.
That's actually very nice to focus. See, for me also in my life, my dad was a drunkard. He used to come home every day, hit me, hit my mom. So a large part of my life, I could not forgive my dad. I used to carry that hatred in me. So there was also a lot of emotional baggage in me. Once I came into spiritual path, I realized how important it is to forgive. It's not that they are doing what they had been taught by their grandparents or our grandparents or family. So it's just that they've not been taught in a right way. It has not been that they are wrong. The intentions are right. The family's intentions are always right to make sure you have a good future. But the way I've been taught was maybe a little not in tune with what was required. How important is the mindset and the emotion set when it comes to physical workout?
A lot of people think physical exercise is purely to do with body. But I wanted to really bring out that element that altering your brain, your mind. There's so much that happens with the body, and I'm a huge lover of yoga. So yoga has done wonders to me. I used to think yoga is boring, imagine. But when it did magic on me by the therapist, and I always wish him good. So I felt that it's the mind which is leading, not the body. So that's exactly what I bought in stretch and dance, where people can dance happily while the mind is being more aware of what you're doing.
More present also.
More present.
Yeah, it's nice because even for me, meditation and yoga gave me the biggest breakthroughs. I used to look at people who used to meditate and do yoga, I used to laugh. Like, what are these jobless people doing? But then I had to let go a lot of trauma and stuff, and then meditation and yoga was what actually gave me the actual output about myself. How to handle my emotions, my body, my thoughts, how to shape it in the right direction. So it's pretty strong, and I think it's a very basic necessity for each and every person to experience this. Okay, so talking about now stretch and dance, you were into from almost how many years now?
Officially, stretch and dance is running from past 4 years. We are going to be completing 4 years, but fourth year this March. But then I have been doing stretch and dance on myself and few of my exclusive clients for nearly 8 years.
Oh, 8 years.
Yeah.
So
it didn't to tell you, let me use this opportunity. I always I didn't have trust in my work, because I thought that the founders of certain programs should be of certain age, certain caliber. I put myself, forget people judging me.
No, even me, I've known you from a long time. You have never been so openly about yourself. Until we got into coaching together, and then we started expressing ourselves. Before that, we used to be very limited in terms of how we express about our life.
But my friends will disagree, because they'll say that this woman is talkative and she's very expressive. But the truth is, I had an issue expressing my good work to the world. Not my friends, I'm talking about the world. So it took a lot of courage from me, and forget courage, it was my very own clients who started telling me that, Sumaiya, market yourself this way. Go out and be confident and talk about your work. So I had a certain, you say right, everybody has a frame. So I put myself into one frame. And I said, I need to cross a certain age, I need to be qualified in a certain way. And I limited myself. I think that is one thing I so wish I could have just corrected.
Most of us, we actually get stuck in our limitation. We think we have to have certain experiences, a certain kind of age limit, or certain kind of, a status in a society. Only then you can be yourself.
Yeah, so I felt that. And to encourage me, my husband made me do a lot of certifications. He said, if that is something that is blocking your mindset, let's bring you out of that limitless, boundaries, and let's just go into it. So then I started talking about the work.
So now you've been coaching. What are the basic problems which currently your clients have been facing? Just to get an overall idea of what are the troubles people are going through.
See, I noticed that the frequent trouble that I see in people are consistency.
Discipline, you say.
You're not disciplined. Like to stay motivated, like to be driven, to be positive, to be optimistic. I've noticed that it's taking. If somebody says something, oh, okay, that means I don't have it in me, and they again go back to where they started from.
Yeah.
They don't think of moving ahead. Again, they need a push. So I feel that most of them are suffering with that. It could be, identity crisis that they're still battling. Some of them have breakthroughs, but if somebody comes and reminds them, okay, this is what had happened to you a while ago, they again go back to the same thought process. So I feel a lot of them are facing this.
So self-belief and self-awareness is very...
Yes, self-belief. As much as some people say that self-love is overrated and people are talking too much about it, but I don't think, especially clients who come to us, they just say that they love themselves, but then
actually put it into action.
Feeling
it.
Yeah. So I felt that this is a frequent challenge and ongoing challenge, especially for coaches, to make sure that the clients.
So are there a lot of youngsters also coming to your?
Yeah. I think youngsters are the ones who are literally having an identity crisis going on. But you know what? At least they are much better than what we were. I feel they know what they are doing. It's just that they need the right pathway, and somebody to guide and direct. We all had. We all thought that certain things were not good for us because somebody told us. But today's youngsters are very bold and
everything is in a click of a button. Any knowledge you want, they can just surf through and get know.
They just need somebody to guide them into it.
Yeah, great. So it was nice having a conversation with you, Sumaiya.
Thank you, Guru.
So
always a pleasure.
What are your 3 takeaways or biggest lessons from life which you would like to share with our audience?
Okay. You should have prepared me with this question. It's a spontaneous. 3 things that I take away from life is, one is gratitude forever. Like, being thankful to all the lessons that you have learned. Second is to forgive. Forgiveness plays a fantastic role in many ways. Whenever you feel lost, you just have to forgive and you find yourself again. And third thing is, believe in what you have. Like, believe the person that you are.
Wow.
And as we believe, there are not just one thing. There are so many things that will just come out of nowhere, and you will be shocked that, okay, did I really have it in me? So I have been through that. So for me, these are the 3 biggest.
Wow, those are the major points which you have put down, and thank you so much, Sumaiya.
Thank you, Guru. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys have any questions or queries regarding any kind of troubles in your life regarding fitness or emotions or your mind, please be free to add your questions in the comment section, and also like and share and subscribe this with your friends. Thank you so much guys for tuning in.
Thank you so much.